Okay, so I finished this book yesterday called We Used to Live Here. And actually, I started it, I think it was Saturday I started it. Yeah, Saturday evening. And I was like, I'm going to wait until nighttime to read this book because it's supposed to be a horror book. And a lot of times when horror books say, or books say they're supposed to be horror books, I don't know, they're not always horrific. They can be thrillers, suspenseful. They might have a couple of gory scenes in them, but they aren't usually like horrific. And I would argue that this one wasn't really horrific. It was very suspenseful. It kind of had like a sci-fi feel to it. So anyway, I start reading it and I realized from the very first page the author dedicated it to the readers of No Sleep. And I was like, oh, I know that. Now, something about me, I love Reddit. It's like my one vice. If there's any social media that I'm going to get hooked into, it's Reddit because I love reading all the text posts. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, never, because a lot of those are primarily like video format social media. I don't really like to watch videos at all. If you send me a video, I won't watch it. Or I might watch it. Most times I don't. So anyway, I remember when I first got into Reddit, this is like probably 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. I was just coming over from the Tumblr sphere and I didn't really understand how Reddit worked. I just knew that there were stories on there that you could read. So like some of them were, true life stories or like people asking for advice and their lives are so messy and I just gobbled all of that up. So I came across No Sleep and I was like, man, these stories are kind of scary. And then I realized, oh, this is like where people come to talk about paranormal stuff that's happened to them. And for a solid 2 months, I believed that all of these stories were real. I thought people were like talking about their truly paranormal, supernatural experiences. I feel so dumb now because I would go to the comments to read up on everyone's theories about, something that was happening. And people would, be completely in character talking about their theories and what they thought was happening. But that's like the whole point of the subreddit. Like you stay in character, you don't question the validity of the story, you just come up with theories. And then like the next part will be posted later. And so for 2 months straight, I really thought that these were true stories. I feel kind of dumb thinking about it now and just knowing that Reddit has gotten way crazier with the amount of untrue stories people write. Their little creative writing projects. But with No Sleep, like that's the purpose of it. You're there to post your stories and for people to enjoy them, come up with theories for them. So anyway, I saw that this book was written by an author who had been on No Sleep. So I knew I was in for a ride. And let me tell you, I did not stop reading it for like 24 hours. I read it all the way through the evening. I finally put the book down. Maybe it was like 11 p.m. And I know that's not super late, but around 11 p.m. I was 70% of the way through. And I was like, okay, I need to go to sleep because I'm getting up early to go to the gym. I don't want to have to drag myself out of bed. But once I got back home from the gym the next morning, I definitely finished that book. And it was good. I don't really want to tell you what it's about. You guys can Google, how to find good reads. And you can read some reviews if you want to. Although I caution you, be careful with the reviews because you don't want to spoil anything for yourself. But the story was really intriguing. It was creepy. At one point, I was sitting in our den alone reading it. My husband and my daughter had gone to bed. And the house kept making house noises and I could not stay in that room by myself. I had to go into the bedroom and finish reading. So I was next to my husband because I was a little creeped out. The book did definitely, it had some moments where if you have a big imagination and you can kind of put yourself in someone's shoes, which most readers are pretty good at doing, you would have felt the discomfort that the main character was feeling, and maybe some of the sheer terror she was feeling, and definitely would not have wanted to be alone. So I rated it 4 stars out of 5. I think that was, I think had the author had more time, or even if we get a next book in the series, I think my rating will go up because there were just a couple of things, more than a couple of things that were just left unexplained that I wanted to get a little bit more out of, or to get more information about. Also, I don't make videos, so I'm probably not going to edit this all done in one take, and it is what it is.